Thank you for joining Joe and I for the first of many videos to come. We are excited to begin our new video series called Pro Chats, featuring Mr. Go with Joe himself, Joe Chesko. Tonight we thought it would be fun to see what real estate questions and topics you are most interested in and would like to know more about on certain topics. We asked you to send your questions via social media and email, and here are the questions you would like answered. Okay, Joe, the first question has two parts. Kendall asked, what is the difference between a seller's market and a buyer's market?
The difference between the both markets is on a seller's market, you really don't have an abundance of homes to sell or a particular type of home to sell, and therefore you don't have the quantity. And so therefore that would be a seller's market to where the seller would probably know, hey, I've got a unique property here and it's going to be in high demand, so they can be kind of particular as to the type of offer they go ahead and accept. In a buyer's market where you have an abundance of homes, and which is traditional with our market, I've been in business 25 years, and typically, when we have an abundance of homes for sale because of our turnover rate of our military personnel, etc., then it does become a buyer's market to where the buyer has a variety of homes to select from, and then that's where you get into the where buyers are going to ask sellers to do a little bit more than they would if it was a seller's market.
And what type of market are we in here in Lawton, Oklahoma?
We're in a buyer's market for sure, but it's a win-win market because the buyers and the sellers, the buyers need to purchase a home, sellers wanting to go ahead and sell a home. So you really try to make it a win-win situation for both parties, and it works rather well.
And does the time of year affect the market at all?
It can. Like right now we're going through a really wet, rainy type season, and that does slow the market down a little bit. In our really cold winter months, that'll slow the market. But then again too, there was one December, I'll never forget it, where I sold 12 homes in December. So it really depends, climate does play a role into it, but also it just depends on the people coming in, when they're coming in, and so you just you really can't forecast it on your heavy or thin months. But people are going to move no matter what month of the year it is.
Gotcha. So I think that would be a great segue into the next question, which is another two-part question. We got this from Katie in Texas and Ray in Georgia, and both of them are wanting to know, why should you use a professional agent when you're selling a house, and then why should you use a professional agent when you're buying a house?
Well, your realtors, that's their profession. So like I said, I've been doing this 25 years, and so I know what to look for. Particularly if you're looking to sell a home, I like to go into the home and actually detail it out and look at the home, know what product that you need to sell, and so I can give you some pointers on what I feel that you need to do to go ahead and make what I call your home sellable. And so I went on one last night. And after I explained to the seller, everything that they really need to do in order to make their home sellable, they said, "Okay, Joe, just give me about a month and we'll take care of this." But and then you have by having your home sellable on the market, then it'll probably sell rather quickly, rather than sitting on the market. There are times where I ask people to, I think you're going to need to replace your carpeting because it's warm beyond its life expectancy, and for a buyer to walk in here, I don't want them to see a negative, and then I'm showing them the rest of the house, and all they got in their mind is this negative. So always try to keep it positive through the flow of the showing, and your home will sell. If you're looking to buy a home, once again you want to hire a realtor that, number one, knows the area that you're looking in to purchase a home, but also too a realtor that's going to be able to go ahead and point out things that, you know, I'm all about full disclosure. So if there's something that I happen to see that I think that you need to be aware of, then I will disclose that to you. You know, and this way you know that, hey, you know, Joe's, you know, we're looking with Joe, and so he's going to go ahead and be able to see the things that we need to bring our attention to.
Awesome. Okay, so buying and selling involves a lot of different things. The processes are different. So let's break down the home buying process. What does that include? How long does it take? What is a home buyer going to be dealing with in that process?
Well, the first thing you always want to do is you want to get qualified. If you need financing, you know, I'll always recommend that you visit with a loan professional. You know, someone that can go ahead and provide you, you know, the mortgage loan that you need. And there's several different types of loan programs out there. You know, for your particular, whether you go on a VA loan, or FHA loan, or USDA loan, or conventional loan, and also knowing, you know, the what all those types of loans entail. But once you're approved for a loan, then you'll know, you know, just how much buying power you have to purchase a home, because you might have expectations to buy, you know, a 4-bedroom, 2,000 square foot home, and think that, you know, that okay, this fits my family's needs. But then again, when you start looking at the financing, you might not be able to afford that type of a home. And I always tell my clients is, you know, I wouldn't want a client to buy the Taj Mahal if they have to eat hot dogs every night. You know, stay within your budget. All right, and then.
So this safeguards you get some heartbreak, so you don't fall in love with that house, and then you can't make the mortgage payment.
Exactly. Stay within your means. Don't go outside your means. You know, because you know, by staying within your means, you're gonna love your home more. You're gonna be comfortable in your home, and you're not gonna be strapped with a high mortgage payment that you're gonna say in a year or two, you're gonna say, oh, you know, we probably shouldn't have done this. But I'll guarantee you, I don't put people above their threshold. In fact, I've recommended several times to people, well, maybe we need to look in this price range, and so and you know, because it's an experience that you know, it's a life-changing experience when you purchase a home, and I want it to make it the most enjoyable one.
One of the biggest purchases somebody will make in their life.
That's true.
So once you get pre-qualified, what steps do you then do?
The next step after you get qualified is that you'll let me know exactly what type of home you're looking at, and I will sit down with you. We will go over the type of home together. And I'll let you know right up front, you know, whether I think that, you know, we need to go ahead and maybe look at something a little bit less expensive, or maybe, you know, a change of type of home. But once we go ahead and get comfortable of the home that you're wanting, then I'll go ahead and search the market for those homes. We'll go over them, and then we'll do a home tour, and we will go look at each home.
So you'll do the searching.
Yeah.
So we don't got to sit there on our phone or on the internet looking at house after house after house. You will take the guidelines that of the house a person's looking for, and you will do the research for them.
Yes, I just did that, as a matter of fact, before I came in on this interview. I have a client, a buyer that's coming in June, and I've been working with them over the internet for about 3 months now, and they're fixing to be here around the middle of June. So today we got what they're looking for. They want a 4-bedroom home, and they want it between 150 and 200,000. And so I did my search today. I previewed the homes and sent them to them. My database is updated daily. When people go on the internet, those internet sites are not updated. They're not current. They're not accurate. It's like people that go to Zillow or whatever. Zillow, they take a national average, and it really doesn't do us any good in our local area. So what I say is, let me go ahead and do the homework. Let me go ahead and search the house for you, and then I will email those homes to you, and then you can tell me your thoughts on them, because as you tell me your thoughts on those houses, it's going to help me identify others to send to you.
So the home buying process can be done anywhere in the world. If they're moving here, they can contact you. You'll do all the local research for them and help them through that process no matter where they are. And then being local, you're going to know the exact information on that house. You're going to know the flood information. You're going to know the school districts around it. So you're really providing people with more than what the internet is going to provide them, what those real estate websites have out there.
That's very true. And I also like to FaceTime with my buyers that are coming in. I've had several clients that are in Germany and Korea, or even out of state. And what I'll do is I'll go to if I see a house that I think this couple would be interested in this house, I'll go ahead and FaceTime that house with them, and so walk through the house with them. In fact, last month I think we sold 2 houses over the internet by FaceTiming people who are coming in. And there's one couple, I have everything ready on the house. I'm just waiting for them to get here. I'm so excited to meet them. They're a young couple, and they're first-time home buyers, and they're so excited. But I found the perfect home for them, and it's going to be really a lot of fun to see the reaction that they'll be able to get here and move right into their home. So
now, is there a timeline for how long this whole process takes? Is there a general rule of thumb, or is it just a matter of doing the right research to find the right fit?
Well, once you have found the fit, once you've did your research and you've narrowed the homes down and all that, theoretically, I would say between the time we write the contract and closing, around 30 days time frame. If people need early occupancy, a lot of times I can work early occupancy where the client says, Joe, when we get to Fort Sill, we only have like 10 days where we have to find a place to move to. And typically I can work around that to where if the house is vacant, we can do an early occupancy. That's, I'll recommend having the home inspection and having the appraisal. Once those 2 items are completed and they're satisfactory, then as long as the seller agrees, they can move in and just pay daily rent until we close it. But typically in 30 days I can wrap it all up. It's really an easy process, really, because I've been doing it for 25 years. But it's a process that really needs to be explained thoroughly to the buyer, so they know every step of the way.
Now, on the opposite end, as a seller, should you have already purchased a house when you list it? Should you be looking while you've listed? When should you start doing your home buying process as a seller?
Well, what I typically recommend for sellers is that if I have a seller that's looking also purchase or upgrade or downsize or whatever they want to do, is first to say, okay, let's go ahead and get your house ready for the market. Let's get your house sellable, okay? And once you have your house sellable, and then I go out there and get your home under contract. Once I get your home under contract, we really want to go ahead and look at and getting your home, because then I can, at least when I do write an offer on your new home, I can let the realtor know, hey, your house, your current home that you live in, that your house is under contract, so they know that you are a serious buyer. Your house is under contract. It's been sold theoretically, and that you are ready to make a move. If you don't have your house on the market and then you're looking to buy another house, typically, for the seller that you're trying to buy the house from, they'll probably shy away from an offer because you haven't had your house on the market, or your house is on the market and it has not sold. And so it's what they call a contingency offer that you would be doing, and most sellers are going to shy away from that. So it's best to have your house under contract, so we can say, hey, we have a closing date of this date. I can actually close both homes on the same day. I can close their home and the house that they're buying on the same day. I've done it many times.
Now, this question actually comes from my husband, because one day we will want to sell our home as our family grows. How do we know what our home is actually worth, and how would we price our home?
Well, the thing that I would do is, once again, I always come out and I what I call detail the home out. I would detail your home out so I know everything that you have with your home. I'll know the special things that you've done to the home while you've had ownership. How old things are. like how old is your roof and the heat and air systems and things like that. Do you have a sprinkler system? Do you have a storm cellar? You know, do you have a wood privacy fence? So I would detail the house out. Once I detail it out, I'll bring all the information to my office, and then I'll go ahead and search the area for recent sales that are like your home. Now, of course, we're going to have typical adjustments like maybe square footage or some amenity adjustments, but it's also going to give me a range of value, what we call a market value of your home. And then I'll present you with that market value, and then you make the decision as to whether, you know, this is feasible for you to go ahead and sell or not. But also too, you know, that service is free. I provide it for people because I really want people to get the real market value of their home. And of course, I am not a licensed appraiser by any means, but I do know this market. And I've sold a lot of homes over the 25 years. And so, you know, your home values do fluctuate, and I'm current with that, with the market adjustment. So by having a market analysis done is the best opportunity.
So that's a lot of information today. As we end our video, what is the best piece of advice you can give to somebody buying or selling, one or the other?
The best piece of advice that I would say is to interview realtors and get comfortable. Well, if you're comfortable with a realtor, once a realtor, you know, it's like I had a couple one time. They called me and they said, Joe, you were recommended to us. And I was honored. And she says, I would like to come by and visit with you and see your resume. And so I said, sure. And so when they kind of took me back, because I've never had anybody ask me for my resume before. And so I said, okay. So I put things together. But also too, when they saw all my reviews on Zillow, and you know, the houses that I've sold in the past, and the recommendations that people have given me, they did hire me, and I did list their house, and I did sell it myself. But yeah, I would say number one important thing is hire a professional to do what you need done with real estate. Just like, you know, my car breaks down, I'm not a mechanic, so I take my car to a professional to fix my car. You know, if I have a health condition, you know, I'm not going to go ahead and try to fix it myself. I go to a doctor. I let my family doctor to have him take care of me. So for your property, for your real estate, hire a professional.
So if today's video made you think of more questions or gave you the push that you needed to buy or sell, remember to go with Joe. You can schedule your appointment a number of ways. Check down in the comment section below for a list of contact information. And don't forget to follow Joe on Facebook and Instagram for more pro chats, listings, and real estate information. And thank you for joining us tonight, and have a good evening.